It is Tuesday, July 21st, and you're listening to the Beer Temple Podcast.
Remember, this is what we wanted. Remember, this is what we said. To never be heard or seen from again. Remember, this is what we wanted. Remember, this is what we said. To never be heard or seen from again.
Whoa, welcome to the Beer Temple Podcast. Yes.
Oh,
Good fade.
smooth fade.
Yeah, you like that, huh?
Uh-huh.
It obviously wasn't me. Is that what you're saying?
It was not me.
Okay, well, it wasn't me. Yeah,
it wasn't
that's right.
you,
We have the Fade
it wasn't
Master.
me.
Right, who else could it be?
Sir.
Our alter ego.
That's right.
Surge. Yeah.
He's real.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Surge. How are you?
I'm good, Chris. How are you?
Good. Welcome everyone to the Beer Temple. We got a full crew here, and yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning in. I saw you not that long ago. I stopped by
Saturday.
Yeah, Studio IW.
iDubbbz, yeah.
iDubbbz.
The loudest studio in the game.
The loudest, exactly. Everyone has to have their claim to fame. Yours
That's
is
right.
that it's the loudest. Not with people, but with just like mechanical.
Room tone. HVAC that was improperly installed, squeaking when it turns on.
Yeah.
The roof leaking is a relatively new one since we recorded last time.
Oh, is
but
it
persistent.
Loud? Okay,
It's
that's
not
good.
it's not loud, but it is it adds to the vibes back there.
That's good.
Makes it extra dank for the IPAs.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, that's cool. Yeah, so I saw you there for what was I there for?
Levan Day.
Levan
Well,
Day.
you weren't. You were there during Levan Day. You were there
Yes.
to give me treats.
Well, no, I knew it was Levan Day.
Yeah.
So I knew you would be there. I actually brought the treats to the Ravenswood on Tap Fest. And you weren't there at your treats booth. Although someone with a Method Dust shirt was
Sam.
So then I went home, put on my Method Dust shirt because I had actually had it out and forgot to put it on. So I was thinking, and then Sam reminded me that I should have had it on, and then I went and saw you because I ran into Nick Conti of Hot Butcher.
It's like the
Mutual
odyssey
friend.
of trying to get to his was.
Exactly. He said no.
Is Nick the siren?
100%.
Nick, yeah. Certainly hear his call.
Yeah.
And
Damn. That's good.
and he said you were at Levan Day. I was like, oh. So then
That's interesting. I don't know how he knew that. I guess the internet.
yeah, he knows
Things
all
are on
that
the
stuff.
internet. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I got the whole family together. Couldn't get them to walk around the corner from my house to Ravenswood on Tap, but I could get them all to go to his was.
That's nice. We
Yes,
like that.
including the dog. The entire family.
Your dog walked. Your dog walked the whole way.
No, we drove. Yeah, we drove, and
Dog's not a big walker, I'm guessing.
no,
Yeah.
certainly not in the summer.
English bulldog.
Yeah, it could maybe make it there. It wouldn't really want to make it back, though. Yeah.
It was hot.
It was good. Lots of great Levans.
We did 7 versions of it this year. Every year we're going to do less, and every year we do more. Every year.
Got it.
Because we're ordering stuff, and I'm like, well, huckleberries would be cool.
They were
Well,
cool.
I don't even know what a lime quat is.
Right.
But they sent us samples, and they tasted real good.
What was your favorite?
The bergamot is always my
Bergamot.
favorite.
Okay. I didn't have that.
That's my favorite one, yeah. It's just such a unique, special ingredient.
Okay.
That, like, every year I get it, and we zest it by hand fresh and juice it. And I'm always, like, a little disappointed where I'm like, this is not as good as last year, not as good as I remember it being. And then it goes in the beer, and I'm like, oh, right. This is, like, an additive thing where, like, it needs to be in the beer for it to be what I think it's going to taste and smell like. It has this, like, crazy, like, Trix cereal aroma when it's in the beer. that is like more complex than just being like floral and a little piney like that it is
Cool.
usually. Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the unfruited or unadjuncted.
Yeah. Thank
It's
you.
very good. And then of the adjuncts I had, the Balaton cherry was awesome.
Yeah. The huckleberry is definitely like the stunner.
Sure.
But
The
it's
color was
way too much
out of
huckleberry.
control.
It's way too much huckleberry. It's like
It made it thick.
we ordered
with at least 2 C's.
we ordered enough of it.
Maybe 3.
We ordered enough for it to be like 4.5
4
pounds
C's?
per
Oh.
pounds per gallon. And then Seedlings was like, well, we have this much of it. And I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
we only need this much. And they're like, well, we have this much. I'm like, okay, well, we're only going to take this much. He's like, well, they're going to go bad. Like trying to like guilt me into buying like these are $7 a pound. Dude.
Sell them to someone else then.
And so so then he was like, well, they're going to go bad. And I was like, well, that's fine. And he's like, I'll just send all of them anyway. And just
Classic
sent all of them, charged us for the amount we ordered. So it ended up being like 6 pounds per gallon of huckleberry, where I'm like, thanks,
nuts.
but this is like, we got like 12 cases of it or something. and it just tastes like huckleberry juice, which is cool. But I wouldn't do 6 pounds per gallon of anything again.
But it is a sight to behold.
Yeah, it's crazy looking.
Yes. Like a deeper purple than you think is probably possible in a beverage.
It's
naturally.
Yeah, yeah. It's very purple.
Yeah.
The purple's drank. Purple stuff.
It's purple drank. And it's at
Screw.
least 2 C's of thick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the
It's very
thickest.
thick.
Would you say it's the thickest beer from a C perspective that you've ever brewed?
That we've ever brewed.
That you've ever
Where
brewed.
it's probably not even in the pantheon of, not even in the conversation for thickest beers in the world.
No, what about that you
But
have
we've
ever
made
brewed
it-
anywhere?
Anywhere.
It's pretty thick beer.
It is pretty thick. Yeah, I mean, we did some weird stuff at Pipeworks. Of the things I can remember or
Yeah,
that I haven't
sure.
trauma blocked out of my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thickest one.
There you go.
It is
Didn't
the
take you long to sell out.
Exactly.
It's just only been 7 years. And we sold out in a mixed culture season.
You're starting a new category of like naturally thick beers.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
Well,
pectin thick.
it
not
was?
like
Right,
fruit pectin
right,
thick,
yeah,
not
yeah.
like
Yeah.
lactose thick.
It did seem like it was like ropey at one point because when it's warm, it's so pectin-y
Yeah.
that I was like, this is a problem. Like this is not how this is supposed to be.
Pouring shampoo into a glass.
It also it sat on the fruit for like 6 months, and it didn't get below like 2 Plato, which for us is very, very sweet.
Scary.
So now if that one stays at the brewery just in case.
Yeah.
Actually, but I did just drop off a case here, so watch out.
Yeah. It is interesting. You could do a lot of stuff with that beer because even at very diluted levels, the color is nuts. It's almost cooler like you were getting that like almost like a neon blue color from it.
we did use the fruit again to make a batch of Bourgeois Daydreams that is in that mixed pack that we made
Got
out
it.
last month. But we did have someone emailing that was like, I think there's something wrong with this one. It's really thick because the other ones are they're like water. They're like 3% alcohol.
Right.
And this guy's like, I don't know, something is wrong with this. I'm like,
Right.
I mean, probably. But
Right.
Sorry.
Right. You should be like, don't think of it as thick, THICK. Think of it as thick.
Dummy thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CC.
Yeah, that's right.
You're welcome. And then,
And he said thank you.
yeah, I'm sending
And
all,
solved the problem.
all future emails will now be going to spam.
Yeah, I'm CCing
don't.
him on all the emails now.
Oh, okay. We have some people here. We should probably introduce them. Why don't you introduce our guests, Mike?
Ooh, order of seniority. Who do you think is the more senior member of the panel?
It's getting hard.
Probably,
It's getting hard.
Probably Jacob.
Yeah, I think when you
can't.
can't figure out the number of times, I think you just have to go who was on first.
And then when the other
Who's
guest
on
points
first?
at one of them, points
Yeah.
at the other.
that's a red herring.
Sure.
Often because people,
All right, well, then it's Tom Beckman.
right, because you'll have like Pat Berger be like pointing at someone else, and you're like, Pat, come
you
on.
run like 15 times in the first year.
Exactly.
Not here today.
Not here today. Was scheduled to be here.
Well,
Not here.
he responded. I was looking for the email to send everyone the outline today, which is early for us. I saw that Pat emailed like an hour after I sent the emails out like 2 months ago saying something came up. It's like, brother, you filled out the form 2 days ago.
Here's a fun fact. I would consider Pat Berger to be a regular here now.
Yeah.
He shows up often.
Yeah.
In the afternoons, often, and just sometimes by himself. Sometimes
at the
meets
bar.
people.
Yeah, sorry. Podcast. Yeah, at the bar.
Here at the Beer Temple, the bar at the Beer Temple.
I was telling that story to Steven, and Steven said he was here today. He was at the bar drinking
there
today.
You go.
And that's what came up,
what
I
came
guess.
up.
Yeah.
That's
Earlier.
awesome.
He had to go to map room after this. Is what came, was what came up.
Exactly. I decided I wanted to go to the map room.
We know he's not listening, so.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Jacob then is the senior member. So Jacob, welcome back.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well. You were on not that long ago, really.
In March, I think.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it was that long ago?
Yeah, it's long and not long all at the same time.
Wow. Okay. And how you been?
Good. I was thinking about actually like it arose it spawned to me that I should figure out the last time I was on, but it was in March. And I remember saying, "Oh yeah, I got a hernia." So now the hernia is dealt with.
Let's go.
Got surgery.
You got surgery on
6
it.
weeks ago. I still can't lift anything. It's very frustrating, but
My gosh.
I'm in the clear.
You didn't
so.
take my advice and do absolutely nothing? That's what I've been
Doc-
doing.
Dr. Chris's
Possible.
medical advice.
That's what I said it at the time.
Yeah.
I'm on the record. I'm still following my own advice. So anyway,
How's that working out?
I can feel it from time to
Yeah,
time.
like haven't done much, but
Yeah.
still don't feel it. So
Yeah. Well, that's good.
yeah,
Glad
got
that's
that dealt with.
Yeah.
And then in the interim, it's always like a lot and nothing at the same time. So we got a little hardware at World Beer Cup, which is nice.
Congratulations.
That's good. We're kind of in the thick of our 10-year anniversary for Cruz, and we kicked it off with kind of like a pub batch riff of Mexico Calling brewed with the original Cruz Blanca lager yeast that was founded in Mexico over 100 years ago. So we found, actually, I don't say, when I say we, I say one of Tori, my partner that works for Lalaman, one of her coworkers found the original Cruz Blanca lager yeast that had been banked in the Doman's yeast archive. It was banked in 1960, and they banked
Wait,
it.
the original start over.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
Okay.
The original Cruz Blanca yeast?
Yeah, it was founded. The original Cruz Blanca was founded in Mexico City
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
back in the late 1800s.
Oh.
Yeah,
That,
so
that
we're-
is news to me. Okay.
Yeah, so we're kind of like, the whole story was that we're like inspired by blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
So one of Tori's coworkers was flipping through the Doman's archive and found that the Cruz Blanca lager yeast was banked in the 1960s, and it was banked with like 100 other strains. So not a whole lot of like genetic testing or anything was done with it, and we think that they basically like inherited another yeast bank, so they just kind of threw it all in there, and they said, we're worried about it some other day, or we won't do anything with it. Turns out 40, 50, almost 60 years later, Lalaman said, hey, yeah, I know, we'll pull that out of the archive, and we sent slants over to Escarpment in Canada. They propped it up for us, and we brewed a 10th anniversary Mexico Calling with it.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild
That's
how
awesome.
it just kind of like all came full circle.
Did you notice any different characteristics with the yeast? I know you, it's romantic to say yes.
Oh,
but
yeah,
like,
totally.
But did you? Okay.
No, there's a difference to it for sure. So we've actually taken this yeast like 10 generations at the pub. So we've been brewing a ton with it. And it's not as well as an attenuator as like a dry 3470 or Diamond or Pilsen yeast. Little less attenuation, super clean, not like a sulfur producer. And we liked it enough to brew, quite a bit with it. So we thought that was really cool. That was part of
Absolutely
our kickoff.
Cool.
And, part of our 10th anniversary is like reviving a lot of old recipes that we haven't brewed in really long time, but like modernizing them. So we have, like this dusty American IPA that at the time we were like, Citra, Simcoe, Mosaic, like malty.
Still hits.
Still hits.
Yeah.
So we just released a version of that, but it's like modernized with
90%
Hyper
Crystal Malt.
Boost and Cryo and
Oh, right.
but it still tastes really nice and kind of like modern and old at the same time.
What's it called? Method Blanca?
Method Blanca, yeah. L Train.
Nice.
And the label art is so terrible because this was our original label art from like 9 years ago.
Let me see.
It's super cheesy.
It's very deco-y.
Yeah, so
it
we
is.
just needed to do a little throwback.
Very City of the Future.
You think this is terrible? I
mean-
got news for you. This is still well above average.
You gotta
Yeah, I
go.
know.
You gotta go to Ohio,
because,
brother.
Because when we moved to this very strict grid pattern, it's like
Yeah.
it's just a far cry from where we
Yeah.
were. But it's nice to see that, like,
I think
we
it's
were
kinda
once
cool. Very Tron.
we were once
esque.
here and now we're here, and that's what you're supposed to do in 10 years,
Yeah.
I don't see a single frog on there, so that's a
No
pretty
frog.
good-looking label to
No
me.
obese party animals.
Yeah. And,
Sorry, Ohio.
and
Yeah.
we've got about 5 in total of all the 10th anniversary beers that we're kind of staggering out, and they're all just old recipes kind of made new, so it's kind of fun.
I'm looking forward to some of the
Yeah.
others because you've had some. Are you going to do any like off the wall ones that you've like one-off ones, or are you going to do more like core ones that kind of went away? Because you've had some really awesome, maybe not literally one-offs, but like little like splashes that were
Yeah.
great, and then they just go away,
Train
which they're
was one of
supposed
them.
to. you
Yeah,
know?
and then we were doing like Rubia was a beer that the very first beer that we ever brewed, and it was a beer to guard, and it was kind of funny
Okay.
how, and we brewed that. And it was funny. I was like looking back at the old recipes, and the last time we brewed it was like 5 years ago, and we had like 20 batches of it, and I was like, "There's no way we brewed this beer that much at the pub," but apparently we did. So yeah, it was pretty wild to see that. And we've got like a Berliner / Goza with black raspberries that we're doing. That was like one of the beers we did within 3 years, and yeah, so they're all like really like throwback beers.
I'm going to make a request that I think is probably literally impossible for you to do. But it was the time that you ordered a barrel of something and it showed up, and I think, was it like an Angostura bitters barrel?
Yeah.
And you made
That was
something
nuts,
wild
yeah.
with it, and it ended up being
It was incredible.
Yeah.
incredible.
That La Locura, that was like a Angostura bitter barrel-aged black raspberry
Yes.
Juneberry beer. Yeah, that was straight out of like a cocktail recipe, Yeah, it was a lot. That was pretty wild.
It was very good.
And just kind of like the Huckleberry Levain, it kind of poured this like deep, jammy, like fluorescent purple, at least for a while, and then
Hell
it
yeah.
aged out and it turned into violet or like more maroony, but whatever.
Yes. It was really a special beer. It was fun.
Yeah.
Definitely a beer that I went in with like a little skeptical, just because that beer could easily, when you're just described what's in that beer, that beer could so easily be a complete hot mess. So I drank it, and it was during a Fobab event that we were doing here, where everyone was doing like a Fobab preview, and there were a lot of like, pretty heavy hitting breweries there, Cruz Blanca included, and I drank it and was like, I think this is the best beer of this event, and then I think it medaled, didn't
Yeah,
it?
I think we got a bronze for it. So
Yeah.
pretty good.
So that would be my impossible request, but I still expect it to be done.
I mean, it could happen again, but the stars would have to
Really align.
You know?
You'd have to order something, have the wrong barrel show up again.
And then at that point in time, it's kind of like V1 King Henry, where it's like, oh,
Right.
let's try to do it again, and it's like it's never gonna be the same.
And those are like some of my favorite beers. There was, some beers that are like that. Remember Tim Lang at Mars made one in some sort of insane barrel as well, and it just shouldn't have worked. And it was just like potion number 9, I think they called it, or something like that. And it was
Magic potion hat number 9.
something. Maybe it wasn't. It was. It was just like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
They could never do it again. The barrel was such a bizarre barrel, I remember. And it's just like
It's like a city pop bourbon barrel.
right. But like those in a way are great because you know they're not going to come around again. They're not going to be mass produced, and you just enjoy it for what it is right now.
Totally.
And it's very ephemeral, and love it. Those are
I excel at the ephemeral for sure.
Yeah. You like it good because I can never make it again.
Hold on to that memory, champ.
Hold on to that memory. Yeah. Well, we have another guest.
Yes, we do.
Not Pat Berger,
It's not Pat Burger.
but it is someone who also likes lagers, much like Pat Berger. You like how I did that?
So smooth, dude.
So smooth.
Yeah.
Well, he's got his account, Just Lagers, his Instagram
Super
account.
active Instagram account, I think.
Very, very active. Rivaled in activity only by Just Milds, which was the response account that somebody else started up.
Probably Surge.
I think it was Serge who did that. Yeah, it's true. Although it's anonymous. No one will ever know. Mr. Tom Beckman, what's up, dude, of Goldfinger.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, he
Going
posted
well.
6 days ago.
There you go.
right.
What was it of? A glass of lager?
It was a lager. Let me look.
Just
Yep.
lagers.
Yeah, it was a lager.
Yep.
It was a lager. Yep.
Yep. It's a funny story about the account, Just Lagers. It was a total. He didn't, I think, tell anyone who it was, and his son was like, "Hey, is that account Just Lagers you?" And he was like, "Why do you think that?" He's like, "Well, it pretty much only posts at the Map Room, the Beer Temple, and
Kaiser Tiger.
and Kaiser Tiger, and those are the 3 places you go." And he was like, "Yeah, it's me." What's up, Tom? What's new with you?
A lot. Yeah,
Such as?
a lot going on. We just celebrated our 6th anniversary over the weekend.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Got to
Okay.
hang out with Jacob, actually.
Oh, cool.
I was there.
He came out.
You had your first espresso martini Unterberg.
You got me hooked.
And
man.
what is
I'm
that?
gonna-
What is an espresso
An
martini?
insatiable thirst that will
It's-
never be fulfilled.
It's too good. It
What
should not
what
be
is it?
allowed. It's an Underberg, but with espresso, and it.
Do they have those here now? Yeah, they're Europe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a pre-made thing. It's not like a cocktail.
Yeah,
bag.
it's
in
like
the same
it's
little
like-
Underberg bottle, but it's got a fancy
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like,
like grayish
it's one of their
foil
little,
over
like
it, or
variants,
paper over it.
But they only
didn't know
sell it
there
in
were
in Europe.
Got it.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
It's really nice.
Thank you for that one.
Very fun.
Kept me going throughout the day.
One of our bartenders here has this. It's got some sort of a name, something Berg, and that he makes them here. But I think he's now into it. So I guess maybe creating cocktails with Underberg has
Yeah.
become a thing.
Yeah.
I think highly based around the tap room culture because it's not classified as alcohol, so tap rooms can sell it. And if you have literally only one shot that you can sell, you'll find creative things to do with it. I mean, it's you
Like
know,
put it in the beer.
Well, we did.
like
Speaking
put it
of
in the beer.
we for the World Cup for Team USA.
The World Beer Cup.
No, the World Soccer Cup.
Oh, I don't
two
follow
of them?
that.
Or football.
I don't follow that
Football.
one.
Football. While Team USA was still in the tournament, for every goal they scored, we gave out free Underbergs. And the calculus there was that like a lot of people who had never had one wouldn't keep drinking them after they had one or two, which
So how many could we possibly give away? Like,
which
two?
of course the tournament opener was with Team USA scoring 4 goals. They've never like scored 4 goals ever in their history. And I'm like, oh my God, watching the tab rise and rise. I'm like, you guys don't really like this stuff, do you? But thankfully
this
that
is
faded
gross,
away.
right?
Yeah.
Right, everyone?
Yuck.
And you got to keep the caps so you can trade them in to
Definitely.
get whatever. I don't know.
We're collecting all the caps in my old 3-gallon homebrew carboy.
But what do
right
people
now
do? I
behind the
mean,
bar.
we have so many. They keep them here too. What do you do with them? I know you can buy
Like a
stuff with them.
truck. It's like camel. It's like
the
camel
truck
bucks.
is and
Get
like
cigarettes with them?
Well,
you can't really get anything that
get
I
like
would
a-
want with it. But
Can you get more Underberg?
no,
Wait,
Yeah.
those.
There's the
that's
truck.
not like $1 equivalent. Like I can't
Right.
cash these in sometimes.
yeah, right.
Oh my God!
You gotta go to
what am
Chuck
I-
E. Cheese.
You can get the truck for like 100,000 of them or something.
100,000.
I don't know, 10,000 of them maybe.
I don't know.
It's a lot.
I feel like I'm the only brewer who doesn't like absolutely adore Underberg. I'm like, it's.
I think
I don't
it's,
even like
they
it.
they adore it because it's the only thing they can have at their tap room. I
Right.
am convinced.
No, totally, but
Because we don't actually like beer.
no.
Right. We like
We just want to take
Underberg.
shots
We gotta get there faster.
of bitters.
Yeah.
44 different bitters.
That's right.
Right.
It's medicine. We're healing.
Why don't you say something while I look up how much, how many
You
caps?
get all your points for that smooth transition you made early from saying you say something. All right, gentlemen, have you had any beers you recently that you've really enjoyed?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Let's move on.
All right.
it's going to take a sec to find out how
Tom,
much
what-
those Berg bucks are worth.
Besides
let's
some of
look
your
it
own
up.
beers you were tapping at 6th anniversary, have you had anything?
Yeah, I was actually I was just in Sicily a couple weeks ago, and I did
Wow.
not expect to drink any good beer there.
Okay. How hot was it there?
It was very hot.
Okay.
Not like die in your apartment because you don't have AC hot,
Yeah.
but it was hot. Sicilians are used to hot though.
Sure.
But when I got there and I asked for something local, I was given a Moretti. And I was like, okay, so I should just drink wine here. But when I pressed a little harder, I discovered this brewery called Birrificio della Etna, meaning from
Mount Etna?
Mount Etna.
Yeah.
And they specialize in Belgian beers.
Oh. Cool.
And I had a delicious double.
Nice.
So in hot Sicily, I probably had 5 doubles, Belgian doubles that tasted
Great.
really great.
Like
Awesome.
a cloud. It was airy, like a cloud. You know?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
beautiful esters, nice malt, like impressive.
Good. That's great. How long were you in Sicily for?
12 days.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Why?
Great.
Why Sicily?
It was a dream trip of my dad since he was a kid.
Big Godfather fan?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although you're not allowed to talk about that there. In fact, we alluded to it to some locals, alluded to the popular movies.
Right.
We're there's a lot more to our culture than just that.
Not
Meanwhile,
that we,
were they?
not
did
that
they
we know
have,
about.
like-
not as far as
They
we're
were
The
just
world
in-
don't care. Pasta and murders. That's all we got.
I can imagine Tom and his father almost in costume attire. They were in pinstripe suits and bowler
Big old
hats,
cigars.
being
No,
like
wearing Coppolas
"Oh."
and
They're just shoulders sag as they hear it. Oh, okay. Well,
okay,
what
guess
if
I'll
I
go
make you
home.
I
an
guess I'll have a
offer?
double then.
What if I make you an offer you can't refuse?
Exactly.
Are you sure that's not where the car blew up?
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure it's right. It's still burning.
Well, that sounds wonderful. That sounds great, and congrats on the lagerversary.
Thank you for all the support all of you guys here in this room have given. And
Some moral, some financial. Right,
Yep.
Mike? Oh, no, you give him financial support, too, because you pour his beer.
That's right.
You don't give him any financial support, Jacob. Just
although he
moral.
did come
Just
to
moral.
the anniversary,
Oh, well.
And he
he
bought a
drank
beer.
for free, so he
Oh,
didn't
no,
get
he
It's
did.
the least I can do.
All right.
I did a podcast.
And Serge is a regular, so he
Yep.
also gives. All right,
Yep.
so yeah, fine.
I did a
Fine.
podcast.
Fair enough.
meant it when I said thank you.
I know. I was trying to make it about me, but I couldn't.
I did a podcast with my friend Joey Pepper a couple of days ago. We were talking about
The
how
Joey Pepper.
Yeah, the
The.
Joey Pepper. How we had, guest beers. And then I was like, you know what? We've actually had Goldfinger on for more days than we've had Will be on because we ran out at one point when we were moving. And I'm like, we've actually probably poured more continuous days of Goldfinger than
On the
our
Luker,
own
too.
flagship here.
So authentic.
Yeah. Every pour on the Luker.
That's right. Yeah.
Thank you for that, man.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for making that beer.
Oh, what a love
Look at this.
fest.
You want to switch
Get a
sides of
room.
the table?
Get a room, guys, for real. Other beers. Here's a beer, a cider that I had. I brought home a DuPont cider because I was just loved it so much when I was out in Normandy. I noticed that the ones we have on the shelf are of this variant are like 4 years from a 4 year ago vintage. Not quite the same as drinking it right from the place.
apple. You just like-
right from the apple. Yeah, exactly. Still very good. But I guess that's counter to what we usually do with beers we've had lately. This one was like, oh, not a beer, and also was a little not super,
You're saying
not what I wanted it to be.
You're saying the older ones are better.
No, the
Oh.
fresh one that I had there
Oh,
was like
got
great.
you're saying you got one here that you didn't like.
Yeah,
Okay. I
wasn't
thought you
as
brought
good.
one back from France. That you
No,
like.
no. The ones I had here were not as good. So now I
So
have
you
to
heard it
try
here
a bunch
first.
more.
Don't buy the DuPont at Beer
Exactly.
Temple.
I pulled it right off the shelf, guys. Literally did. But I have others that are fresher. I want to try those. Also, I think you got a beer recently that a friend of yours brought over and
That's
gave
right.
you. Does that rise to the level of mentioning?
Yeah, I had 2 Timbos. during-
Did you have the tiny and
I haven't had the tiny Timbo yet. I only had the regular ones. I was,
but you know who
we
they're
weren't drinking a lot, but when you start drinking a sour beer at like 2 p.m. and then you have
Yeah.
8 different ones, and then part of the Levande was that we had too much mixed culture beer from other breweries in our fridge, so I made everyone who was attending pick out a beer to start a bottle share
Yeah,
with.
I left.
So at that point, I wasn't going to try anything that I wasn't very familiar with. But I also probably didn't need to drink 2 Timbos, then go back to Ravenswood on Tap and drink Underbergs, and then go to Long Room,
Oh,
and then walk home. And then my wife was in the kitchen while I couldn't use my key in the back door.
thanks
So-
for the invite.
You left.
I left. Yeah, why did I leave? I left to go to work, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do want to say that those Timbos were courtesy
Delicious.
of was it what's his name? Dr. Goose? Dr. Lambic.
Dr. Lambic and
Dr. Lambic, yeah, Andy Carter. I knew his actual name. I forgot his nom de beer. So he came here. I owe him. Well, I wish I could have hung out a little bit more. He showed up. He actually hung out with Nostra Douglas
nice.
as well, and he dropped off a whole bunch of like super fresh Timbo, like incredibly fresh.
Because they just did like Timbo Day or Timbo Week or something,
Yes.
where they made a bunch of variants of it too.
Yeah, so I got you some. I gave you, and he brought some tiny Timbo and some Jumbo, which is double dry hopped, which means it's better.
It's twice as many.
Yeah, exactly. Twice as many of what makes beer good. So there you go. So thank you to Dr. Lambic.
And thank you to you for sharing it with me.
Yeah. So you're also a doctor, right?
Well, I'm not sure canonically what I think I am the meat body for a Doctor Strange mic
That's
that
true.
inhabits me canonically once a year.
True. Okay. So we have a Doctor Strange mic and a Dr. Lambic.
He's a doctor like Dr. Pepper is a doctor.
I have an honorary degree from the University of Phoenix, is what we've established, or New Hampshire, southern New Hampshire,
I
something
don't
like
know.
that.
I have to go back and
DeFry,
look.
one of the
Hey,
good ones.
I would think that's more impressive for them to give you an honorary degree from one of those
From
places.
a for-profit school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't just hand those out. You got to
No.
really earn.
You got to pay a lot of money for those to not even go to the classes.
Anyway.
I spoke at the online commencement.
Okay. That's cool. What year? In the future, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah, got it.
It's hard to tell.
You'll know when.
I'm not embodying him right now. So
Okay.
or he's not embodying me.
Did you have any good beers that you've had lately,
Yeah,
Mike?
Timbo.
Kind of,
Timbo.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I had 2 Timbos.
I'm
I had an
drinking-
idea
yeah.
for the next Levain Day.
Okay.
Levain Day.
Uh-huh.
So all the talk about the color. What if you saved enough of the fruit of the different variants and you had a station with a bunch of blank white tees and people could use the dyes from the fruit that you use to make tie-dye shirts with Is Was on it.
That's pretty cool. Get Eric involved.
Exactly. Get your boy
There we
involved.
go. That's
There you
sick.
go.
I did tie-dye my pants a little bit. I got blood on them today, so it's a prototype.
Are you sure that's not Huckleberry?
No, it's blood.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. I love that idea. Tie-dye with
Tie-dye, the Huckleberry tie-dye.
the original way people did with natural
Exactly.
yeah,
Pigments.
pigments.
And you can advertise it like that. But it's got to be a hemp shirt.
We're all natural, baby.
That'd be cool.
We have
Yeah.
a lot more hemp shirts, I feel like, with all the hemp that they're not turning into THC.
True.
right.
The THC
That's right.
beverages, the Delta 9s.
Delta 9 shirt. We wear the shirt. You get like weirdly like
Delta 9
confusingly high.
Yeah. Delta
But you have to
9.
work out really hard to open the pores.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then it just seeps in.
Yeah. And you're dehydrated, and now your like blood's 70% THC.
Damn. That'd be pretty good. How many milligrams? Don't ask.
A shirt? Probably a lot.
Not
Yeah.
enough.
Not
Not
enough.
a whole lot. It's-
For that much hemp? Okay. You need a lot
Gotta
of
go
hemp.
full Woody Harrelson suit then.
Dude, there's a party going on in the middle room.
Yeah, that's good for your business.
Guess so.
Yeah.
Not good for the pod.
Not good for the pod. It's okay. Serge will edit all that stuff
yeah,
out
edit that out, Serge.
in real time. So I don't even hear it.
You want me to go yell at them?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sure.
Just do it. You can do it inevitably when that door slides open and someone
Yes.
walks through.
Definitely not beating the allegations of beard places being unwelcoming to women if I were to go out there and yell at them for being too loud because we're recording our podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me.
Both the people that are going to listen to this are going to be very disappointed in the sound quality.
Exactly.
My mom and my dad.
Exactly. It counts 2 listeners because they listen to it on different sets of, on different.
2
Pods.
years. One
Yeah.
guy, 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. What is our first actual story that we want to talk about, Mike? Should we talk about the Ballast Point debacle, or should we talk about something different?
I just want to get off the jump so we don't forget to do it.
Okay.
Say R.I.P. Alan Sprints,
Okay. Yes.
founder of Hair of the Dog.
Hair of the dog.
Passed away on the 19th.
Yes.
And really foundational to a lot of what craft beer became, and specifically like Portland craft beer, but just like
Yeah.
the experimental nature. He was like early in high gravity stuff, did some crazy things. Like when I was at the DeGard anniversary party this year, his son brought 10-year-old Adam, where I'm like, oh, it's a 10-year-old
Oh,
bottle of
cool.
Adam. He's like, no, it was in a barrel for 10 years. It's like, what? It was incredible. It was like
Wow.
still so balanced. There wasn't like negative oxidation to it. There was like some like soy saucy things, but I was like, how is this even possible?
How awesome that you got to try that.
Yeah.
And that he brought it, and
It was-
wow, what
yeah.
that's super neat. Yeah, and just that he made an Adam beer.
Yeah.
I mean, will that ever be made again? Like, who knows?
I just called it Adam. Like, yeah, and
No, but no, that's a type of beer.
oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Adam beer, I think, is a type of beer.
like an old, like a classic English.
Am I?
What's the
Did I make that up?
No, it's a type
It
of
is.
beer.
It's like
I
an
just
ancient.
don't-
It's
I
like a
just don't
super old
know
beer. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Adam beer is a type of beer. I think it's like a old, aged, like barley wine adjacent, but maybe it has it might have some Germanic.
It's like, yeah, Dortmund.
Yeah.
Oh.
Roots to it.
Top fermented, but from Dortmund, often 10% ABV or higher.
Yes.
It's a
Wow.
Dortmunder. It's a Dortmund barley wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lightly smoked Dortmund barley wine with a distinct lactic sourness is how
Yes. Yes. It's got
the
a little.
internet is
Hey,
defining it.
I got a pretty.
This one didn't
amazing.
have lactic sourness, but it was better for it, I think.
It's Adam
Yeah.
ADAM.
ADAMBIER.
Yeah. I remember
That's something you got something to do
Sebastian from Freigeist was in here, and he was with a friend, and he came in. He was in Chicago, and I'm guessing he came to see the Beer Temple. But
Too
part
that's
of
why
it,
he
But
came
then,
to Chicago.
and ended
Well,
up
no.
at Goldfinger because somebody dragged him out there.
Yeah. This was a while. This was years ago. So maybe he wasn't here. Maybe he didn't
That
show up
was
the last
recently,
time.
last
Oh,
year.
asshole! Didn't come by. But he wanted someone to taste an Adam beer, and he knew that we carried this like German Adam beer. So he came in and bought it, and he was like, "This is what an Adam beer tastes like." And he was saying to the other person,
Crazy.
"Yeah." And then I don't know how much longer he hung around and left again.
I remember being in Japan at Shiokogen, who brewed Hair of the Dog beers in Japan, and they had a batch of Adam, or maybe it was Fred. They had one of those two beers in stainless.
Named after Fred Eckhart, I'm pretty certain.
It was cold conditioning, and it apparently had been cold conditioning for 6 months. And I was like, how much longer are you going to cold condition it? He's like, well, 6 months. I was like, you're going to cold condition this for a year? He's like, well, that's what Fred said you have to do. And I was like, that's crazy. That's so much refrigerant. But the way my glycol chiller leaks, it's like 200 pounds of refrigerant. Yeah,
Hey.
step your game up, Tom.
Yeah.
you log anything for 12 months?
Nope, just 6.
I also like,
Coward.
and I'm not saying like it's again realistic, but also the way they closed was also romantic. Just we're closing. I'm done. We're done.
He's very
We're
sick.
done.
He had cancer.
But they closed years and years and years ago.
Yeah,
So-
but he couldn't do it physically. He still made all the beer.
Sure, but
he was like
how long ago did Hair of the Dog close?
3 or 4 years ago.
That's it?
Yeah, it wasn't like 10 years ago.
I thought it was like 10 years ago.
I don't think so. I think they
Why
might.
don't you look it up? We'll listen to the dulcet tones of the people in the next room over. Here, I'll turn the mic towards it so everyone can hear.
They'll definitely know.
2022,
2022. So okay, 4 years.
3 or 4 years ago. So kind of nailed it. It's just gonna
Yeah,
say that.
pretty sure you said
Take-
2 or 3 years ago. I'm going to go back
I
and
think
make
I
sure
said
that
3 or
is what you
4.
said.
Surge, play it, run it back.
No. Okay. Okay. So 4 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. But my point being, I just something kind of romantic about just ending
Like
it.
I'm not trying to sell it. I'm not mad.
closing.
We're
Yeah.
closing. It's done.
Right. How I was saying, I hope. Well, not if Danny doesn't want it to go this way, but like in my mind, I would like Fantôme to want it to be that way. Be like,
He
hey,
definitely
this
does not
project,
want it to be
this
that way."
project is over.
He definitely doesn't want it to be that way. He's trying to sell it. And everyone's like, sell what exactly?
Right, exactly. Speaking of selling, what? There might be another brewery on the block soon, the sales block, or at least another brand, and that's Ballast Point.
Oh.
They like that transition.
Wow. Look at this guy go.
Because they're in catastrophic potential, what was it, catastrophic operational collapse. On the brink of operational collapse, it's been reported. Also, by the way, Underberg, the Herbmobile, 25,000 caps. So start
Ooh, we might
saving.
be close to that.
How do they, instead of counting it, they just take weight on it?
They
like
got
with a
to.
super precise scale.
At this point, can't just be
That's
like,
true.
You got to
Underberg
You
capometer.
have to mail them 25,000 caps to Germany.
I don't know.
That cannot be worth it.
It's worth, it's worth.
There's gotta be
the
under-
It's worth the prize.
There's
The financial equivalent.
a little
is
truck to
shipping.
advertise their stuff even further.
Yeah. Anyway, that's how much that thing costs. I've seen them at bars, so if you ever see one, 25,000 caps.
Dovetail definitely has one.
Do they?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they probably have like 12 of them.
Right. They're way into that stuff. So Ballast Point, it's being reported, is on the brink of operational collapse as a $3 million loan scandal and a boardroom war and mounting lawsuits engulf the once mighty San Diego brewery.
Let's just put in perspective that this is a brewery that sold for $1 billion. That $3 million is going to take them down now.
Well,
But didn't they get acquired by
yeah.
kings
Yeah,
and
yeah.
convicts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So is this a kings and convicts boardroom brawl that happened?
Yeah, the exchange is
Dude.
insane from one to the other to the other. It's
Yeah.
kind of like it's to see what's like happening right now. You're kind of like, wow, that lived
quite a fall.
that
from
was
grace.
like out of my mind and years ago. So you're like $3 million, just figure it out, man.
So Chris, will you outline a little bit more of what's going on and
So first of all, I will say that props to a website called SanDiegoville.com.
that's your favorite website? You told me.
For
last
I
week.
mean, it is now.
Yeah.
Amazing article on this whole thing. We also props to Brewbound, who thank you to them for giving us access to their news. Also reported on it, but there was like a full-on. I mean, look at the size of this article. It was huge on this story, which I think was originally written by Rob Nikolewski of the San Diego Union Tribune. Legitimately worth reading. I mean, this story is it's crazy. So yeah, they were sold for $1 billion, and then sold again for what was it, like $70 million or
50 or
$50
something like
million dollars? And now they're saying that one of the board members and the purported majority investors, even that purported majority investor, is crazy. Purported, like they're even saying that this is a scam. Bill Terzos secretly borrowed $3 million against affiliated companies through unauthorized financing agreements, and allegedly forged or improperly obtained corporate approvals, and has now exposed the business to garnished accounts, intercepted revenue, and mounting creditor claims.
Oh my
He just
God.
It's-
private equity
dude.
it. He just was like, I'm going to strip this thing. No one else is looking.
You would think that this thing is bananas because this guy Bill Terzos,
Did they make a banana sculpin?
they definitely made. Well, they made a habanero.
Probably.
They made a grapefruit.
Kings and Convicts definitely made a banana sculpin next to the golf simulator.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to the reporter here, because
A brazen scheme of fraud,
You know,
forgery, and embezzlement.
they forcefully, his attorneys forcefully deny the allegations, and they maintain that the financial transactions were legitimate, that Terzos personally guaranteed the loans, and that the lawsuits are part of an effort by minority efforts to damage his reputation and force him to sell controlling interest at a unfavorable price. This thing is so crazy. This dude is being sued and has been sued for like by multiple people. He also, like, all these claims have yet to be in any way founded. He said, bring in an independent inspector and they will find that all this is legit. Nobody knows what this money has been used for. He's saying $2 million of it has already been paid back. I personally guaranteed it all anyway, and I'm allowed to do this. Nobody knows, has said, even the attorney when asked, like, by this reporter, like, what was the money used for? The attorney was like, I don't know.
Not my job, boss.
Not my job, basically. But what it sounds like is like...
Buying stuff.
I think I believe and disbelieve everybody involved.
This is like one of those everyone is an asshole here kind of situations.
And Bill
Yes.
was a majority shareholder, or
Purportedly, they're saying.
So, like, he became a majority shareholder along with this management company who they don't even know what equity they have. Like, this reporter, they think it might be like a sweat equity, but it somehow made him become
But you don't know the number. Typically, there's a number involved when you do these things, right? Like,
Right.
I can count to 4. I got a music degree, but typically when you sign an equity agreement, there's
is
percentages.
He Sicilian?
Right.
Hey, now,
So-
hold on.
Kings,
Is he straight out of
Kings and
is he
convicts.
Straight out of a mafioso, you know.
they said Kings and convicts said it was this unauthorized crisis or a crisis through unauthorized self-dealings, and this guy contends that there's a hostile minority faction that has taken control of an improperly constituted board and denied him access to financial records and filed litigation without the valid corporate authorization. And that now the structure is in a 50-50 deadlock, and that Ballast Point cannot effectively respond to business opportunities
Yikes, yeah.
while this dispute continues. And it's in court, and it's just, it goes on and on and on and on.
He's Mr. Get It Done, just not bureaucratically. He's like
Maybe. I mean, who knows? Just like, there was a consultant who says that he's owed, $370,000.
Yeah, me too.
Right. So listen to this. So then they're going through all these other cases that are involving with this gentleman, Bill Terzos. One of them was for unpaid, guarantees from consulting, and I think it was like $373,000 from this guy.
Manqueros?
Yeah, exactly. His complaint alleges a documented shortfall of at least $373,000 through the end of 2025. And Manqueros also seeks blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Those allegations were also unproven. They keep saying the case remains open, and Manqueros initially filed the matter without an attorney. I was like, what? Who is going? Like, what?
Hell yeah,
who are
Ken.
these people?
Oh, all these people work. So all these people work for the Legacy Fund. I googled this guy earlier to be like, you want to? It's like when someone's committing like weird fraud like this, you're like, I want to look these people in the eye. The Legacy Fund is like some sort of like California-based like investment fund that Dominique Wilkins is somehow involved in.
Exactly.
But all of those guys are partners in this. That Bill Traz is also a managing partner. That guy's wearing a quarter zip.
Looks mad.
Yeah, they're angry.
What is he
They just
so
look
mad
like
about?
they look like exactly the guys who would
Can
be
I
doing.
see?
These are exactly the people that would be doing this to each other.
Yes.
Just like
Totally.
put this in the show notes. Put the link to Manqueros's.
That'll be the you send me that picture.
Don't,
that will
he's
be
gonna-
the
He's
photo.
gonna sue us
He'll
too.
sue all of us.
But this is just obviously something where like the
Sue
guy.
me, sue all of you.
So I don't remember seeing the Legacy Fund involved directly in any of this, but all of the people that like I've Googled that like the name comes up, like that guy owes me $370,000. It's like, well, he also is a partner in one of the companies that you're a partner in or something. So it seems like there's a lot of sketchy people pulling money out of Ballast Point.
Right. And then this
Just
article
Cubs
in the
catcher.
San Diego-ville goes into something that I think we know to be true. But it is funny how it really went from the beginning of it, how it like blew up, had all this production capacity, these production sites, and I was at their big production site. It was massive. It was like the Ballast Point site here. It was big. Meant to just
Lagunitas site here.
Sorry, the Lagunitas site.
Ballast Point site here was a
Yeah,
brew
it
pub.
might not have been quite that big, but it was on that scale. So then they're talking about how they, went to, Constellation, bought them, then sold them for 50 million, 70 million, whatever million, like a fraction of a billion, a small fraction. And then they sold that facility to Athletic, and then are now contracting some of their production to that facility that Athletic owns. And they're now and then they've sold off. They had a brew pub in San Francisco that they closed. They
Brew pub here, they closed a while ago.
Yeah, the brew pub here that's closed. They have the original homebrew shop that they started out of as spun off and has now been sold to a different owner, probably one of the original people. And they had another tap room that closed too. And they're like, this article is like, so they now have, I think, maybe 3 tap rooms left. They contract all their production. And what are these people fighting over? It's just the naming rights now. It's just the brand rights that they're fighting over. This huge $1 billion valuation.
Well,
and now it's nothing but a brand.
It seems like something that these types of people are able to go to a bank and trick into being you can leverage this because look, it sold for $1 billion not long ago, and they're taking loans against it to live their lives. And then someone in there is like, well, this guy just devalued it faster than I could. This is bullshit, is what my very uninformed
What
take
percentage do you guys think of those people named in the article actually drink Sculpin?
I don't think any of them even know what it is.
Exactly.
That's a good question. I would say, except during business events.
Or they're holding one, but they're not drinking them.
No, they probably are. They don't.
Look at these guys.
I would say they don't.
Look at these guys.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
one
they
of
have
these
people,
guys is drinking a Sculpin.
I could
These guys
see
only
it.
drink
Monqueros-
only drink
Monqueros
Pappy
does
Van Winkle
not
with
drink
Coke in
Sculpin.
it.
No, I could see.
cocaine
I
in
could
it, or-
see Bill Perzos
We get Pappy and Coke.
having a.
No, not together, separately.
Yeah, no, what's up with the bubbles in it?
I could totally see him having a fridge that there's a separate contract where someone goes to his house and has it stocked at all times with Sculpin so he can open it up. I think he drinks it in that way. I don't
Good
think
point.
I don't think he.
Properly lit, retail
Right.
cooler,
Right.
in
So
his,
whenever
living room,
anyone's ever there, he was like,
I own this
let's
shit.
let's
You
have
wanna-
a Sculpin and this and that.
So part of this dispute seems to be that
Are you looking at the
Strazos-
San Diegoville article? No?
Yeah. Said that the time that Cypress Ascendant would contribute more than Capital,
Which is his group.
Well, it's a different
Financial group.
He's also part of the Legacy Fund,
Right, but
which
but
is where Manqueros is a partner.
But
what's
Cypress Financial is him. it
Cypress
sounds like.
Ascendant.
Yes, Cypress Ascendant.
Yeah.
I feel
If you go to their
like we need a
website, you
whiteword
can
this.
contact them. We need strings. We need
Is
Pepe
this
Sylvia.
just an advanced form of market manipulation? They're
man.
on their own,
The link to contact them doesn't work.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Damn it.
404.
it's a
not
shame.
found.
I think you have to put in your net worth
If you go
in
to their
order
website.
to verify the link.
This
Instead
is-
of a CAPTCHA, you have to put in your net worth, and then it won't work.
The website is very clearly like a Squarespace website that they forgot to connect any of the links to.
At the end of the day,
It's amazing.
how does a brand just fall from
Yes.
grace? Just in a we see this happening in real time, and now it's here, and it's really, it's sad. It's
Yeah.
we looked up to these guys. They were leaders, and
Yeah.
and sure, when it gets handed off to different groups, loses
I'm just-
percentages of its shareholders, the original percentages and stuff. So yeah, it takes a journey, but like this is pretty wild.
This is the worst apocalyptic version of what Chris and I cry about when breweries sell. Like, a lot of them don't change that much. This one just went to pieces. Like, this is what you're like ultimately afraid of if you were really a fan of Ballast Point. Is that like you can't even. I don't know what it's like in California, but it seems like you can't even get this beer anymore. That it's just some sort of weird part of a private equity portfolio that is getting like just manhandled.
So, a few things. One, it's amazing that this was only 10 years ago that it was $1 billion. It was purchased for $1 billion.
Over twice as long ago since Hair of the Dog closed.
Yes. Yeah, true. And that now it has nothing now. No, it's not true. It does have a lot. It still has strong brand recognition in San Diego.
Sure.
Which is something. I mean, certainly not $1 billion something, but it's something, and that these people are fighting over it, and that this craft beer that was like almost like not a cultish thing, but it was like this Sculpin when it was in Bombers was like, whoa, like San Diego IPA, this stuff is great. These are the real deal. And now it's a bunch of like fucking assholes, squabbling over it. And the thing is like, it's a great read because I truly think that like everyone involved, like these people all went in with eyes wide open and knew who they were dealing with and are now just trying to like get there.
They're mad that this guy out rat finked them.
Yeah.
It's like,
right.
It's like he did it faster and he owes me $370,000. Why? Like,
right.
Why? What were you gonna do?
Right.
I was gonna consult.
I mean, I love like you because I was reading this. I'm like, oh, this guy totally did all these things. But then you like read the other, and that's why this article is so well written. Is because the author, the reporter Rob Nikolewski, just gives you these little hints, such as the example of like these allegations are also unproven. The case remains open, and Mancaros initially filed the matter without an attorney. So you're like, okay, you cannot take any of that seriously either. So it's like, but eventually these things stack up.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, obviously you're not like, none of you people are on the level. And right. It was just really entertaining to read, but also like, enough time has passed, not as much as Hair of the Dog, but some or actually more than
almost twice.
Yeah,
more.
Almost
more than twice.
More than twice. You're right. So, but you can just like laugh at like what a mess, how this has become nothing. It reminds me of like when you would read in history of like, these like an empire like falling and like the children squabbling over what's left, and that also like killing them in a way, like rather than trying to actually make something from it, just squabbling, and that also quickening the demise.
When you compare this article, which is like the dark underbelly of private equity stuff in beer, you're used to reading articles about beer that are like this new ingredient that they just used, or this new service model, or this new pouring method. And then this shit, it's like, oh my God.
I mean, the brand's been reduced to like an investor deck and some recipes, and that's kind of it.
And not even like to sell as like they've sold off all of like the physical assets of it, right? So it's just this brand that like none of these people care about it actually making beer anymore.
Right.
One of the general partners of the Legacy Fund is Kevin Harrington, who's apparently an original shark from Shark Tank.
Wow.
So they were swimming with the sharks,
Exactly. Who was one of the guys?
Kevin Harrington, another partner in the Legacy Fund.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, he was. These are just guys who make big money, and all this stuff I think isn't going to make or break them, and they're just like, all right, you want it? You want to come after me for $300,000? come after me.
Yeah, it's
Because
another
all
chess
these people,
piece.
like, it's probably not worth for them to go after them for that amount of money, even $3 million.
Do you think there's still Sculpin diehards that kind of cry while they're reading this article?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably. I also think there's probably a lot of people who will never read the article, never knew anything about Constellation, never knew it, and they're just like, oh, yeah, this is a San Diego brewery that I go to and I like drinking their beer. I see it
Yeah.
on tap here and there.
That's
and
probably
I
most
think,
likely.
Yeah, I was also thinking about that a lot, which I think the people at this table
Sleuths. We're
Cannot-
sleuthing right now.
cannot forget that, like, most people are just like,
Do not really care about it.
don't know
have
about it
time
and
to-
don't care.
Don't have brain space for it.
Oh, yeah, Sculpin, that's local.
Yep.
Yeah,
Especially at the airport,
Yeah, but not even. I mean,
I remember that being like
You don't wanna be the
first
actually
like
guy at the bar.
$16 six pack. We're like, that's crazy, but it is real good. So like,
and it crushed.
Yeah.
And it was worth it when you had it. And it's not just there. It's at like the same places that would have, what beers here.
points up to Instagram right now.
Yeah, I mean the same places that would have. I mean, not even like Sam Adams, but places that would have bigger craft brewing concerns here would have Ballast Point in San Diego, and the article goes on to just really reiterate like what has happened to San Diego beer, and that's why I want to have this guy Rob Nikolewski on the show. That's his
You
name.
should invite him.
I'm going to, or I think Serge is going to. Is what? What are you pointing at?
Get some Sculpin socks. I got this cool like charger for my phone, and it's like a phone charger, and then charger for my summer wardrobe, and it's Sculpin socks. I looked up Ballast Point's Instagram to see if they were talking about it. They're not.
Oh, okay.
Not talking about it at all, surprisingly.
But think about this: like San Diego was, I think, one, if not the capital, maybe Denver, but I'd say San Diego of craft beer in the U.S. not that long ago, probably around 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
And what has happened to that scene? I mean, you have Green Flash, Stone, Ballast Point, Modern Times. All of those were just huge, and all of them are just
Yeah.
gone now. Imagine having that many huge breweries in your city, and all of them just exploding.
Was it Modern Times?
Imploding.
Did you say
Yeah.
Modern Times too?
Yeah.
Yeah. That old San Diego pale ale, crisp, clean, crunchy, all mosaic, kind of that was influential. And I don't even make IPAs. And I was like,
Right.
I want to make a beer like that, So, yeah, that was like a big mover and shaker. That whole area was, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And not that long ago.
What's
And
happening in San Diego? They're all moving to Baja. And
I think that they,
Making
I would,
Mexican beer.
again, I want to talk to this person, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was it's a small community. They saw everybody getting money thrown at them. And also in that area, he had Lagunitas. I think you should lump in there too. They're definitely not San Diego, but, San Francisco area. And they're like, well, we can do that too. Well, what? What? Jack from Ballast Point's doing this now? Well, we can do that too. And then there's plenty of money there, so you just I don't know. It's crazy what's happened. I mean, there's no city that's even comparable to the amount of big breweries, big craft breweries that kind of boomed out of San Diego,
Mm-hmm. And then
and
just disappeared.
none exist anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
None.
Petaluma's close to that, right? Are they?
No.
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 Where's?
Petaluma is north of San Francisco.
Oh. Never mind.
Yeah, but
My bad.
no, but it's I mean, I guess you could say AleSmith is left.
But like a shell of itself.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Smith is still around.
Yeah, but it's definitely not what it was 10 years ago.
I don't know. I mean, how big was it then? I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't be-
assume they sold an entire facility to McKellar, so they obviously.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they obviously
Smith did?
didn't reach the production capacity they thought they were needing to get to.
Got it. Okay. Well, they haven't sold, as far as I know, and maybe they have. Nowadays, they could have, and you wouldn't
Who
even
knows?
know.
Yeah.
Right. But, all those older breweries are gone.
Yeah.
It's wild. There should be like a documentary about that. It's bananas.
I wonder if they're still there. Like, they're just zombies, right?
Sure.
Because, like, Stone is owned by someone. Like,
Right.
they're-
Green Flash maybe.
Modern Times is gone.
Well,
right?
Alpine is still made because Green Flash bought them. Somebody is making Alpine. It still has an Instagram account. Like, somebody's making Alpine still.
Yeah, we know who's making the real ones.
Right, exactly. Our boys.
Our boys.
Yeah, it's just, and to go from that to these guys, these rich dudes just fighting over,
Just Weekend at Bernie's Brewery Edition.
right, 100%. It's 100%. Hey, that beer, the L Train, great, love it.
Oh,
feels
really enjoy it.
feels like an old IPA, but new for some reason.
Yeah,
Do you get some search?
yeah. Should we take a quick break and fill up our glasses and then come back to finish this off? All right, let's do that. We'll be back soon. And we're back with more of the Beer Temple podcast. We just had to get going. We were taking a very long break, but we just got so... We got. I mean, is it true to say that we got in a rabbit hole? Yeah. We went way down a terrible, terrible rabbit hole that involved the players involved in this Ballast Point debacle, and I think, if anything, just reinforced what we felt about all of them.
Yeah,
right?
just, we got this far where the Michael Jordan statue only weighs 2,000 pounds. So Dominique Wilkins is
Nine times.
bodying him.
Yeah, 9 times heavier.
How big is this statue?
Well, let's move on from that. You can look that up afterwards. I have a feeling you're going to ignore me and look it up anyway. And it'll make for a great podcast. The next story, I believe that you put on the outline. What's the next story on the outline, Mike?
It's that the Kirkland brand has decided to stop producing beer with Deschutes.
Yes.
The award-winning, very, well-regarded house brand. They make the Helles.
Back-to-back World Beer Cup winners.
Yeah.
And they're no longer going to be making the hell.
Yeah.
For Kirkland.
Right.
I tried to get some information about how much they made for Costco.
Like barrelage wise.
Yeah, I couldn't get that information. And I even had someone directly ask the CEO or somebody at Deschutes. I don't know if it was the CEO, but it was VP of sales at Deschutes. And apparently there is a big NDA.
Very fair.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It was, how big was the Costco brand was the question. The answer was big NDA. It's a big period NDA. Also probably a big NDA. But probably not as big as the statue that you're currently looking up now.
I'm looking at the article that we're talking about.
Yeah?
It's the Dominic Wilkins statue is 13.5 feet tall, so that's a big statue. But it does say that they aren't terminating their relationship; they're just not ordering currently and for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
But
it sounds like the contract
Ballast
is
Point
up.
is
Yeah.
the side that Brewbound clearly was just talking to Ballast Point, and they're like, we hope that to look forward to working with to drive this strong brand growth during the back half of 2026. Just let's hope.
clearly talking to Ballast Point, you said?
Right, that was someone who works
Wait.
for Ballast Point that was quoted.
Kirkland Brands is talking to Ballast Point.
Wait.
No. Brewbound wrote the
Yeah, no,
article,
just
and
joking.
in the article, they were clearly talking to Ballast Point about it. And Ballast Point was like, we're hoping to continue to drive this quality brand in the back end of 2026. So, like, there's potential that it gets brought back, but for the
You,
foreseeable
you
future.
keep saying Ballast Point. Do you mean
Deschutes?
Deschutes?
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Deschutes.
All right,
Dominic-
okay.
Dominic
I was like,
Wilkins.
I was
me?
like, you've got Dominique Wilkins' brain.
Yeah.
I mean,
You've got 18,000 pound statue brain.
That's called entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
for sure.
You know what? That's what I see.
You've got ammo
I see a
brain.
brand that needs a beer, and I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay, so they're hoping to do
I was trying
something
to make
else.
it happen for Ballast Point. Sorry, guys. I was looking out for my friends.
Well, it's my guess. I mean, do you think that this beer is that they're just going to put it out now as their own? I mean, I think they probably should because it's made a huge name for itself with a lot of people who probably wouldn't have bought it otherwise. I know now if we had an opportunity to bring it in before the Costco, I would have said, we'll probably pass. We have a lot of Hellas lagers. We have a pretty decent one that's made in Downers Grove, yada, yada. Yes. Yeah. Totally not just saying it. I would have used that example no matter what. But now, if it came, we would definitely be like, oh, yeah, we want to bring that in. Have you had the beer?
Why is that? I have had that beer.
It's good beer.
It's okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry,
You think it's
unpopular.
okay?
Unpopular opinion.
I think it's good.
It's not a Hellas,
Okay.
It judges well, just because it.
and that's
judging well-
usually
yeah.
not a good sign in lager.
Judging
because
well
what that means
doesn't
is
necessarily mean it translates to authenticity or
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I bought it a few times, drank it. It was fine. When I saw the article, I wasn't distraught over it. I was kind of happy about it.
Oh, just distraught that you can't get it? I certainly was not distraught. I also don't really shop at Costco.
Yeah.
I'd have to know
that's the
what
thi-
was the case price or just
$13.99 for a 12
For a
pack.
For a
12
12 pack, yeah.
that's hard to beat for anyone.
Which is probably why the contract's up. Because where is Deschutes making any money
Right.
off of that thing?
It keeps the gears.
It's
it keeps
all
the
a money
gears
thing.
turning if you just stay.
They need
break
to bring
even,
in ammo. They need some
I
real
mean,
ammo for
the-
this one.
the
By that I
shoots-
mean James Amorosi,
Deschutes says they were up
private
14%.
equity guy behind
That's
Ballast
absolutely-
Point. Yeah.
Deschutes said they were up 14% year over year. And that 2025 marked the second consecutive year of volume growth for Deschutes, which grew 9% in 2024.
But you know,
growing
the
yeah.
way that translates to me is the brand, I think, probably benefited from being tied to this medal winning kind of cool pseudo hype lager beer that you can buy at Costco. People like the irony of like, wow, we can go to Costco and buy a medal winning Hellas lager. I think they might have benefited from that, but the numbers of their production to me say that
Yeah.
the dollars make way more sense to not tie up their production capacity in trying to fulfill this contract where they're probably making tiny margins, and instead invest that in the continued growth of the Deschutes
So
brand.
you think Deschutes opted out of continuing this? Not
I do.
Not that Kirkland wanted to stop it.
I think that's how the article sort of. I think that's what the article sort of implies.
I don't have a Costco membership, but was this like available in every Costco? Mm-hmm. So you could be talking about
Yeah. Tons and tons.
15,000, 20,000 barrels a year, maybe, if you just had to like.
I mean, at small
throw it out.
margins, that's still okay.
Right. It's almost like to keep everything the gears turning. Like,
Yeah,
would you rather
true.
take no margins or slim margins than nothing at all?
But the thing that stands
Right.
out to me is the deal isn't like the best deal at Costco, which means that when they were coming up with the price, there was probably a pretty hard fight about what Deschutes could feasibly afford to do.
Yeah.
Because if they were on the same playing field as some of the other beers available in Costco, which likely cost more in ingredients at the very least. They're higher ABV. There's more hops in them, but they're cheaper or on the same level. The fact that Kirkland Lager was actually not cheaper proves that Deschutes couldn't afford to go any cheaper. And it's still no matter how much
There's
that
no way in
volume
hell
was
they
that
could go any cheaper.
they were turning, it just was not worth the juice was not worth the
I
squeeze.
mean, what's the possibility that it's not that Deschutes walked away from it, but that Costco found someone that was willing to make it cheaper for them?
Maybe.
Could be.
Totally.
There are a few things
Very likely.
about that. I think first, the 14% growth is in revenue, but who knows how profitable that revenue was. Second,
No, that's in barrelage.
okay, fine. In production, so they're up. Well, which makes
Still,
sense. That makes sense.
That doesn't say how profitable
Yeah.
any of that barrelage is.
Second, I think that there was probably a lot. I doubt that Costco went to only Deschutes. They probably went to a lot of breweries, or at least several breweries, and was like, we want to make a lager, and what can you do? And they probably all put in their bid, like, this is what we can do, and they went with Deschutes. They liked the taste. They probably liked the brand. They liked, because it was co-branded, which they don't do for a lot of things. They don't co-brand it. So if they were going to go with just someone cheaper, it's going to say either nothing or a different brewery on there. I think it easily could have been either of them or both of them that just agreed, like, we're not going to re-up it. It could have just been like Deschutes, like, really wanting to, and Costco.
Everything's more expensive too, though. Like,
Right.
Right, and the Costco is probably one of the most value-driven places that there is to buy things from, and so they're like, well, we're not going to raise the price, and so Deschutes is like, well, we can't make it for that price.
Could be,
That's
yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
But I would bet they found someone who's like, well, we can make it for that price. Well, we can make something like that for that price.
Like
Sure.
Firestone
Oh, yeah.
Walker.
Right.
You want Troom? You want a 12-pack of Troomer?
For 13.
Co-branded with
Exactly.
Troomer. Troomer Hellas. No one's ever made that.
I mean, we'll see.
Also-
we'll definitely see.
It could have been super likely that the beers that they submitted for judging aren't exactly. It's not like straight off the Kirkland shelf. Like maybe it was a different, a better.
You don't think they
batch
went to?
or something.
They didn't go to the local Costco
Yeah.
and pick up a 12-pack.
Straight up put the judging label on it.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what?
Yeah.
We feel good about this one. So
They
yeah.
DoorDashed it
It really needs
there.
to be warm stored for about 48 days before we.
This actually brings up an interesting point, though, that if they do continue making the Kirkland Lager, how much clout do you think the existing brand is tied to it being Deschutes versus just being Kirkland Lager? How many people are paying attention to the can?
I think a decent amount.
I think less. I think people are. I
Less
think,
than
I think
decent.
people that are shopping.
An indecent amount.
I think an indecent amount.
Wow.
I think people that are shopping at Costco are much more loyal to Kirkland as a brand than they are to
They don't.
Deschutes.
They don't
care
even.
about. They don't care about Deschutes
They
at all.
might not even know that beer won an award.
They
at
might not
World
know that
Beer Cup.
Deschutes is a brewery. They might
Yeah.
think it's just some imagery on the background.
I
of their
think there's
Kirkland
some
beer.
of all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely some people who are like that. And some people who, I also think there's some people who probably would know that it used to say Deschutes and now it says something different, but trust the Kirkland brand to not give them shit.
At least trust it to give them value, right? So like they're not drinking that because it's the best Hellas they can get. They're drinking it because it's like the goodest one for $13.99. But who do you think had
Okay, Goose Island.
Yeah. Who do you think wanted the Deschutes brand on there more when this started in like a couple of years ago? Do you think Deschutes was pushing to have their logo on there, or do you think Kirkland was like, this will give this clout, or this will give this like a cosign? Who do you think was like, we need to have the Deschutes logo?
It was probably
on there?
mutually beneficial. I mean, it's cool either way. It's like if you're Kirkland and you get to throw Deschutes and name drop them, that's pretty fucking cool, right?
I mean, maybe. I think
Deschutes.
Probably Deschutes. man.
Yeah.
I wonder if Deschutes was like, we'll do that price if you put our logo on it, and like because like part of this article,
totally, yeah,
part of this article was
mutually
like
beneficial for sure.
part of this article was like them saying that their depletions are up 5% when you don't count Costco. So I think they use this as a branding thing, and probably didn't see it as much of as much an effect as they thought. 'Cause if your production's up 14% and your depletions are only up 5%, that's asymmetrical. So you are making more beer. You're increasing your production by more beer than you are currently pulling through.
Yeah, I guess. Well, the depletions of that brand were up.
No, it's the depletions of Deschutes
Oh.
outside of Costco are up 5%.
Oh, I thought it was.
So their,
How much
I
is
thought
their
it was
volume
just-
was up 14%.
You're sure of that?
I'm 100% sure. I just
Okay,
read it in the
cool.
article.
Cool.
So the production was up 14%. Depletions outside of Costco were up 5%. Doesn't
it.
say anything about what the depletions at Costco were or how that affects their overall depletion
Sure.
number. But if they lop that off, they're probably like, we'll be, if they're not making that much money, they might be like, we might be able to be more profitable or take more money, the same amount of money, the bottom line, if we can keep these depletions going up and not have to produce at the level we're producing at.
Velicky had a reel maybe a week ago or so about this, and he mentioned that in the past, Kirkland did try to do beer with just the Kirkland name, and that he seemed to think that, unlike some other stuff, people do care who, or Kirkland or Costco thought people do care who the producer is, and that's why they put it on. I don't think he
It's
has
like
any
the Trader Joe's thing. Where
Right.
Like, I don't know who makes this.
Firestone or
Trader Joe's. Well, no, it's just like because Trader Joe's has its own brand.
Sure.
I'm like,
who makes it.
I don't want that.
Right.
Until
Right.
I know
Yeah.
who makes it. You know.
Until you know who makes it. Yeah. And in the past, it was like Firestone years ago was making it and was making like amazing stuff.
Yeah.
It was very similar to this Kirkland thing. Like they were winning awards, literally winning awards for it.
But
But
we're
yeah, the
we're
same.
very much in a bubble of
Yeah.
we care about the producer. What percentage of Costco revenue relies on people in
care.
our little bubble of craft beer enthusiasm?
Yeah.
I wonder what's happening.
I don't
What
think-
they're
I don't
saying
think
is that
so. I don't think a lot, but we'll never know.
that craft beer might be one of the few things where people do actually care a little bit about the provenance of it. Where like they sell bourbon. I remember people being like, "It's actually
yeah.
Buffalo Trace," and like it's not really Buffalo Trace, but
Buying like handles of Kirkland brand, and they're like, "This is barrel pick." You know?
right. People look at that and it's like vodka's vodka, whiskey's whiskey, but they do think that like beer, because it's not as stable in your cabinet, or there's such a plethora of different flavors being made in craft breweries, that they want some sort of cosign with some brand they recognize more than they want it for bourbon or something.
Maybe.
There was
And-
definitely a concerted effort to create value, sort of like this surprise value to that beer. The fact that all of us knew very quickly that it wasn't just a Kirkland brand, but it was actually produced by a reputable craft brewery, that was by design. So I think you might be right in that regard, that they had a very specific target market for how to brand that.
Elder millennials shopping at Costco.
Absolutely.
What do you know? We actually still
We all
care.
have kids now,
Yeah.
and we got to shop big.
Right.
And we don't have time to go to our bottle shops
You
like
can't
we
be
used
buying
to.
6-packs for your kids. You got to be buying 12 packs of Helles Lager for your kids.
Absolutely.
Do the cans say outright like what style it is, or is it
that's
just
a
like Kirkland beer?
I've never bought it, so let's see.
I can't remember.
I think it does say Helles.
Which I've always really liked that, because it's kind of like, do people want to bog themselves down?
It
in
just says
stuff?
lager.
Right.
Doesn't
Great.
say Helles necessarily.
Yeah, because the average consumer doesn't need to know
Oh, it says
what
Helles style lager. Lager
Oh.
is massive.
And people are like, "Oh, what is that?" Doesn't really matter.
That's pretty huge that they put Helles
Yeah.
on something so accessible.
Especially when it's not a Hellas, am I right?
Exactly.
No,
But that word, like, that is very niche.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's I don't know why they would do that, to be honest. I
Exactly.
think, well,
Oh, and they had the World Beer Cup thing on it.
World Beer Cup, and it says
Oh.
born in Bend, Oregon on it too. It's
That
like
goes
this
a
is
long
actually
way,
pretty
yeah.
much more heavily Deschutes branded than I
I do have California
understood.
friends who are like really bent out of shape about it, you know.
About what about it?
About Kirkland.
About Ballast Point.
Not
About it going
same,
away?
No, about-
same brewery as far as
yeah,
I'm concerned.
about Kirkland, just the whole terminating.
Oh, because that was like they go there and that was their beer.
They're like, you know, but granted, these are beer people that were like buying this because this was their cheap beer, you know.
Right.
And they were just kind of like, wow, that really fucking sucks, you know.
Right.
So,
I guess there is a way to like say you're still supporting an independent craft brewery, right? Deschutes is still independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
So
One of the few of that
Yeah.
age, of that era, of
Right.
that size.
like if this turns into a goose thing, I'd be a little sad about that.
What do you mean?
If like Deschutes doesn't
Oh,
it goes
oh,
like,
if the next
someone
one-
if like someone undercut them because they're like, you know, if we make 2 cents a 12-pack, that works
you're
for
saying
our,
you're saying like, you know, Busch Light rolled in. They're like, we can do this and we can beat, or you know, just
Yeah,
a
right.
larger brand moved in, and it was just a pure numbers game, nothing personal. You know,
Right.
it's kind of like one of those things.
yeah.
I'd be a
mean,
little
we'd
bit
be surprised.
surprised
Yeah.
by that, but
Yeah, I would too, but it would make
Yeah.
me sad.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
no way that that Kirkland can't. They won't not have their own beer brand.
Right.
Like this is kind of set in stone. They're going to have to continue doing this. So it's just like, who's next?
Well, hopefully it's that they do continue doing this, but maybe what they're seeing is they're like, well, people just want
Pump brakes.
they just want lager. They don't care
Now,
that it's
someone's been
Hella-style. They don't care that it
very-
won this
I would
award.
say-
we could probably sell $12.99 things of essentially Budweiser. Like,
$13.98.
yeah, right. That's a steal.
Yeah.
They did approach us.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Oh, yeah,
And you
totally.
said
Someone's been
$48 for a 12-pack of
very
16
silent so far.
Yeah.
You haven't said that it's not you. You haven't said that yet, and you're
The
still
issue
not
is-
going to say that it isn't you, right?
The issue is they wanted me to make that same recipe, and I insisted they remove Helles Lager from the
'Cause
They,
it's
can.
not
they
a
wanted you
Helles.
to
It's
make the
not a Helles.
Deschutes recipe.
And they didn't want us to resubmit to the TTB because like those guys stink.
Yeah. I refuse, but only
sense,
because this is not a Hellas.
Yeah.
But it won gold. Shut up.
My favorite part of that article is it even beat out other German breweries in the German categories.
Dang. That's crazy. Is that allowed?
Weinstefan cried.
Yeah.
What other?
Augustiner cried.
Yeah.
What if they do get one of them to make it? It's like the original.
Then I'm
original
excited.
That would be
recipe.
the dumbest thing ever, because then it's like
There's just no way they
getting
could.
cooked overseas,
Yeah,
and
there's just no
whatever
way.
tariffs that exist or don't. We don't really know.
I didn't say
yeah,
it was
It
practical.
just sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah. I had heard that they are going to be bringing back, I think maybe Tim Taylor.
At Costco?
No.
Sick.
Overseas.
In
and they're gonna
12
be-
packs for $13.99?
In casks, but apparently sending it in
At Costco?
containers and casking it here.
Oh, is this some OEC shit?
I think so.
Really?
Something like that. Yeah.
Whoa.
Sending it in containers
They're
and
sending
casking it here.
Sending 5 gallons of it to casket here to send 1 to you?
Yeah, it's a 1-to-1.
That's
They send a
crazy.
container with exactly one cask, but they don't put it in a cask.
Yeah.
You then transfer
The
it
bladder,
to a
and then it
cask,
gets into a cask when it
and
gets here.
then it goes here. Exactly.
That's crazy they're doing that
It's
for
funny
you.
that you knew that without me even explaining it. I don't even know if it's true. I just heard that that's how it's going to be going down. So that'll be interesting to see. That English cask beer is coming back in that sense. I'm
think they would
I guess
can
here
it?
for it.
They would have to, if they're sending like a
too.
tanker truck, a tanker of it, like,
Yeah,
there's no way that they're
gonna cask
going
it all.
to cask that whole thing.
No way. It's not possible.
So they have to be
even has
like
that
canning it
infrastructure.
or bottling it or something.
I don't know. And then who knows if it's really going to be a real cask or one of those bladder casks like they do with Coniston, where like you can put that on an engine. We don't. We just put it on draft because it's just a bladder. It's not.
Right.
It's not real.
And there's
Still
like
real
a
ale then.
Well, it is real,
compressed
I
air or
guess.
nitrogen just like squeezes.
Yeah,
it.
you could use anything. You could use argon to push it if you
Use
wanted to be
compressed
fancy.
air.
Good.
Yeah, you should use argon.
Argon. It's
Just
true.
in case.
$50
You
a
could,
pint.
you could advertise that for sure.
Or
Yeah.
Now with more argon.
just go mix Sorley's style and just get an air compressor
Yeah.
and put it down there for that one.
It's true. Yeah.
put the air compressor right on the bar.
Yeah.
But no, that is what it is. That is what's happening with the hand pumps. You're pumping the outside of the bladder.
Yeah.
So you are pumping it, but the pump isn't
touching the.
touching it. It's just
Oh,
coming out of the
fascinating.
bladder. So that's
They've
why we
just
put it on
deferred-
draft.
So
They've
it's
just
too
deferred
fresh.
the diaphragm.
It's not oxidized
the,
enough.
The
It's not
diaphragm
turned
that
to cheese.
pulls it up. They're just
It's
they're
too
just
good for
rerouting
me,
the
so I don't
thing.
bring it in. No, we do bring it in. We just put it on draft, and we just have our CO2 push it rather than someone pump the
Because you want to
air on
spend
it.
more money on CO2
Exactly.
than just having someone use their elbows.
No, because we don't think that that's real. Like, we don't want to put one of our cask lines on
lines to be
that.
that.
That's all.
Would that be approved through the cask mark? Would that be approved method?
I don't know. I
just
think it's
should be-
camera approved,
Okay.
technically.
Yeah,
So.
that is real ale.
Yeah, I mean, as long
Key kegs were decided to be real ale as long as CO2 doesn't touch the actual beer.
right.
Oh, really?
Anyway, I don't know where I came up with that, but we should talk about Untitled Art next time. But I have a handwritten postcard here.
Wow.
Very interesting postcard. I read some of it, but not all of it.
This was a postcard that someone was definitely supposed to send to people in North Carolina to get them to go vote, and they didn't do it. Because
Yes.
my wife also has a stack of these sitting on our, not for North Carolina, but sitting on the dining room table.
For the same exact thing?
Not for North Carolina, for a different state, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. It
Yeah.
says something.
It says on Tuesday,
I
November 3rd,
think someone
North
was
Carolina.
doing this and then decided to write one to us as well.
Yeah, okay.
I think is what this was.
Well, it says November 3rd on it, so they might have had some extras.
Yeah. Yes. So for anyone who wants to write to us, please do. The information is in our show
I
notes.
promise I won't make fun of you.
But it's insiders at. I don't think you're making fun of them. Insiders at craftbeertemple.com if you want to send an electronic letter, or if you just want to send us a real letter, you can send it to us here at the Beer Temple, which is, as this person wrote, 3173 North Elston Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60618. And you can send it to whoever you want. You send it to Serge. You can. The Insiders is what this person put. So
Send it to Serge. You're legally not allowed to read it. Unless
this
Serge
just
is
says,
here.
right, but then it'll never get read.
Serge
It'll
is-
be
Serge
read.
is
It'll just
real?
never be heard. The Insiders is who this. So this was Dearest Insiders. Politics often gets nationalized. People retreat to their camps and yell for views. Hell, I'm writing from inside pilot project Logan Square, and somehow this postcard is going to North Carolina.
I don't think it is going to North Carolina.
Yeah. But we all know.
I think you know it's not going to North Carolina.
Right, but we all know the greatest shift we see in our day-to-day lives comes from municipal and local government. What is one local ordinance each insider would like to see adjusted in terms of beer? A concerned citizen. So here's the thing. If you write a handwritten letter, it gets read. I mean, that's just the rules. So, and they did have a question.
They did.
Yeah. So if there was, should
how
I
lo-
read it again?
How local is local?
What is one local ordinance? I think that can all be internalized.
Okay.
What is one local ordinance each insider would like to see adjusted in terms of beer?
I would
A
like.
concerned citizen.
Is Illinois local enough?
I think so.
I would like Illinois to let us ship as if we were wineries.
So you want to cut
direct
me
to
out?
consumer.
You
Direct
want
to
to cut
consumer.
me out? Thank you.
uh,
Appreciate that.
Yes, I definitely want to cut you out, but I also would like you can ship to other breweries can't ship to our state because of our current laws, and we can't ship out of state, and there would be
So they need to
reciprocity.
do distribution. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to cut out distributors.
Right.
I already do that for the
And-
most part,
Yeah.
but I would like to be able to ship to like places that we don't have a distributor, places that we would never have a distributor, places where a distributor would never even think about having us, where there is like one or two people that want to try our beer. I think-
Illinois has got some pretty good licensing when it comes in terms of just like manufacturing and brew pub. I mean,
Yeah.
brew pub licensing, you can produce up to a certain amount of barrelage and have multiple facilities as long as you're, underneath a certain threshold. And you can also serve spirit and wine. Manufacturing licensing can self-distro up to a certain amount of barrels if they're not signed with a distributor. I mean, like, you look at other states, they're super restrictive. I think what would benefit Illinois is if they gave a slight tax incentive if you were making beer produced with Illinois ingredients. That's the only thing that Illinois itself really lacks, because I think there's a lot of, like, you go to other cities other states, they're a lot more restrictive in terms of what brew pubs and breweries can do. So I think, like, for instance, New Mexico is kind of like, because I've been looking at a lot of this stuff. New Mexico is kind of like, oh, you want a brewery license? Cool. If you want to serve spirit and wine, well, it can only be made within the state. So, I mean, that works out to keep money in New Mexico. That's great. You go to New York. New York has like
farm brewery.
Yeah,
license.
farm brewery license, and if you use a certain percentage of New York ingredients, then you get some really nice kickbacks in terms of your tax, which I think Illinois could prosper from.
I think they found in New York that there are so many farm brewer licenses that it's almost physically impossible for any of them to use the amount of ingredients they have to get any of the incentives.
Yeah.
But the farm brewer license is cheaper. So
Yeah.
everyone's a farm brewer in New York for the most part.
Yeah, and the percentage is like, I don't know since I'm not there, but people are like, oh yeah, all we gotta do is use like 25% a year or something.
Does water count? That'd be sick.
Right. So I think that would be cool, but I mean, in terms of just, you hear about the atrocities, Texas went through so many like just leaps and bounds just to get to where they were in terms of just their rights as a brewer to serve or to serve retail on site. So Illinois could benefit from, if Illinois is all about Illinois, then maybe this is a long-term game, but maybe, have people motivated to do things in Illinois that could be used in beer to motivate people to buy Illinois.
Do you guys use a lot of Illinois ingredients?
No.
The only thing that we've really found that
Honey?
Yeah,
I
the only
use
thing-
Illinois
there's-
honey.
The only thing, honey, and then we use like flaked or unmalted things from Janie's Mill.
Yeah.
But there really aren't that many other options that I've found that
No.
can work at a commercial
Probably a
level.
lot of Midwest ingredients, though.
Totally.
There's
yeah.
less now though. Hotbed Farms closed, so like
True, but the grain, I would
yeah.
think.
So I mean, we Sugar Creek, so let's
Yeah.
just annex
But-
Lebanon, Indiana, and then
But those are those kinds of things that can take a really long time to kind of come
Yeah.
to fruition. But like if it's there, then hopefully there's someone that kind of like starts thinking about it.
I know that
It's not going to it doesn't happen overnight, but but Illinois is pretty good in terms of well,
I generally agree.
generally, yeah.
How about you? Do you have anything that comes to mind for you, Tom?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this almost since we opened as a production brewery in Downers Grove, getting hyper local here. Our sanitary district, the way that they charge us for the sewer is based on the exact calculation from our water meter. So if you think about a production brewery who ships a bunch of beer out of the building in distribution, kegs and cans, all that water that has come in for us to produce goes into that calculation that we have to pay the
Right.
sanitary district for. So
And
having
what's that
some kind of
based-
adjustment there where you can report the volume that you sold, because we're already reporting that to other governments, how much we're selling outside of the building, being able to apply that to some sort of credit from the sanitary district so we don't get charged as much as we do.
I think I'm going to piggyback on what you said, Mike. If I thought about it more, I'd probably come up with a really a good financial taxation change that I would like made. But what came to mind for me was just to have the same liquor distribution laws as District of Columbia. So you want to get this brewery in? Sure, you can go there and get it, or they can send it to you, or whatever. You can just get it. Or you go across state and you buy this beer or whiskey or wine in Indiana. You can bring it back and sell it at your place if you want. That would be nice. Not that I would do that, but it would be nice then if you wanted to bring in someone like Mad Fritz, Niles beer. We could pour their, and we would be pouring their beer then, you know.
Yeah.
But for them to have to go through a distributor and stuff like that just makes it difficult.
Like you wouldn't, for them to have to go through a distributor. So
Yeah.
like a temporary, like 1 day distributorship like Wisconsin had for like Great Taste of the Midwest.
Yeah, I think that like any retailer can, or anyone can get like a distributor license in DC, so we could bring them in and do it for whoever, and that would be really
It'd be cool.
fun. It'd be cool, and I think people like us would have a huge advantage because over other because everyone could do it. So like everyone would bring in, like you'd have tons of places bringing in, obviously,
Sure,
like New
yeah.
Glarus. New Glarus would be all over the place because everyone would just go over the border and bring it, and same thing with like before they were here, like Yingling, and people would have just been doing that sort of stuff, or Natty Bow, but much more interesting would be like these are the breweries that like we care enough to like go and foster individual relationships for and go get and bring it back.
Would there be a cap on that? I mean, there would have to be a
Yeah, fine. Yeah, let's do a cap on it. Like, but I do think it would be fun to be able to do that and introduce people to it. At the same time, I do think, and this is countering what I said, but also kind of countering what you said, Mike, there is a beauty and a romance to not being able to get it and having to go to a certain place in order to be in the footprint of the place where you can get it. And that does make it more special. It doesn't put any, money in our pockets, but from a purely romantic standpoint, I don't want New Glarus in Illinois,
Well,
I want it.
no.
I want it. I'm using them as like the example of everyone. Like I don't want Russian River here.
Unless you get to you get to have it.
But
Well,
for a
unless
sing-
I get
but-
it first.
But for a single day for this event that I would love to do, I want to do a sour event
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah,
It'd
yeah.
be really cool if I could just like eliminate the red tape and just get these guys in here for a day.
I think there'd just be should be a
Right.
general rule where like below X amount or X dollar value, you can do whatever you want. Like wherever you draw that line is something else. But below like 100 gallons of beer,
Sure.
you can.
Yeah.
You can.
I mean, we've
just do
done it
whatever
in
you
the
want.
past, but we just had to give it all away.
Sure.
Did.
Yeah.
I mean, we chose to do that. Like this, we used to do a free event every year when it was our thank you party. You can't really do that now with a bar. But
Right.
when we were just the bottle shop, we'd have a thank you party. It was all free. You have to get tickets for it, I think, if I remember correctly. But it did allow us to have like Live Oak here and Hill Farmstead here and stuff like that. And they would send it. I mean, Sean Hill sent us a keg for this. Super cool.
Yeah.
And same with Live Oak. I don't know if they sent it. I think someone went and got one and shipped it to us. It was rad.
Yeah. It's always some weird way that it gets
Right.
there. It shows
Live
up.
Oak Hef here in the back lot, and people were like, "Wow, this is crazy." And a lot of them didn't even know what it was. I was like, "But don't worry about what it is. Just enjoy this beer." You were there when we did that.
It was awesome.
Mike. Yeah, it was fun.
Chris Quince.
Yeah, Chris Quince. That's the beer that you brought. That's so funny.
I have one other very specific one.
Okay.
I want the city of Chicago to go back to how they collected excise tax, where it used to be that
Yes.
that
They've changed a bunch of these taxes.
it
It's a
used to
pain
be
in
that
the butt,
we
man.
would collect 29 cents per gallon of all beer we sold to any retailer, and it was easy and it was simple. And now we collect 29 cents per gallon to anyone we sell with on-premise only licenses, and we don't collect anything
Yep.
from packaged goods, people who only have packaged goods licenses, and you're supposed to charge a 1.5%
Yes.
tax on packaged goods to
Yep.
go. And it just
Which we
made
do
it,
now.
It just made it unnecessarily complicated for our collection and reporting, which I can only imagine is now also resulting in under-reporting of an under-collection of taxes for the city. Like I don't.
We'll go back. I mean, they've already. Yeah, no, I know. I'm talking. I mean, it's a mess. It's a mess.
it's a-
the same way for
it's a-
you as it is for me. It's the exact same thing because some of it's going this way, some of it's going that way.
Right.
And
And I don't know what to charge you. I genuinely don't, because you have both licenses, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not even sure what am I like how I just don't collect it from you because I'm like,
and it was also like the transition period of like when does it go in to effect?
Right.
Well, this stuff
Yep.
I'm selling after the date, but I bought it before the date, so I already
Right.
paid the old tax.
right. You already paid me the old tax.
Yes.
And I paid the city that tax.
It's-
and so
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It's very
I just-
well rolled out, very well thought through.
Right.
Thank you.
we have the theme of year 2 of having our own space was no own goals. Like we were doing a bunch of stuff where it's just to get up and running, we were making a lot of mistakes just to get things moving. And so like the no own goals policy has been violated by the city of Chicago, where like there's no way you're going to make more revenue off of this because no one understands what they're supposed to be doing or how they're supposed to. Like I'm not sure how I'm supposed to report it because last time I filed the actual full in-depth version of what I owe the city, the option for sold to a location inside of Chicago but with on-premise only licenses didn't exist, and apparently doesn't seem to exist. So like I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm paying the money. But I'm sure it's the wrong amount. I'm sure it's more, just in case you're listening.
Very
Yeah,
much
but-
more.
And I'm sure they'll
You're
give
owed
you
more.
credits back for sure.
Yeah,
Of course,
exactly.
You'll see it. Yeah, no big deal. You'll see
Well,
it.
I do want to thank the concerned citizen
Yes, thank
for
you
all
very
the
much.
jokes.
Yeah.
Good question. Thank you very much. And I'm glad that your time spent sending postcards to people in North Carolina made you think of this because it was an apropos question that kind of melded what you were doing and this.
You know what? I'm now thinking that is for this November. They're trying to remind people for this November.
Yeah.
I just have had them sitting on my kitchen table since last July.
Okay.
And she's going to get around to it.
Okay. Yeah, this was mailed we just got this in. So thank you to concerned citizen and anyone else who wants to send us a letter. I appreciate it. Mike, I think it's time we end this show.
It was great to see all you guys at Night
At least this
Moves.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the show. Might have been a Freudian slip. But it was great to see everyone at Night Moves.
The listeners have realized that long ago. Night Moves.
Great to see all you by the time this comes out. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for drinking
coming.
all our beer before Mike's beer.
That's right. Well, it was mostly me drinking your beer.
You guys-
Because apparently we're going to be
You're
next
both.
to each other.
You're both. Yeah, you're both gonna be at Night Moves. That should be fun. We got what other friends of the show will be in formal attendance? Gallagher,
Matt Gallagher.
of Suncatcher will be here.
Has Wally ever been on the show?
He
12-inch
has.
Grinch?
The 12-inch Grinch will be here, spinning on the ones and twos. And Pete Turnus
Yeah, there we go.
will also be here, or someone in his stead.
Sure.
And I believe that is it. Let me look. Who else?
Can
I
you
think
put me on a
that's it.
show with Jude only
Three Floyds.
because only so
Three Floyds will be
'cause
here,
he's
but
going to listen
I don't
to
think anyone
this.
from Floyd's
What's
up, Jude?
Yeah, he's going to listen to this. Put me on a show with Jude so he can answer all the questions I ask him that I get no response from.
Oh, don't feel bad.
No, I know.
It'll just Jude, stop listening.
Yeah, let's just
It'll just be a setup where
let's
it's
just
not
do
even
a
recording.
whole
It's just you
show
asking
of
him all the
asking
questions.
Jude. Hey, so Jude, I'm looking at my phone.
On July
I asked
40th,
you, this
July
question. Can you
13th.
please answer this?
Yeah,
On July 13th, I asked you if you guys had a 60-barrel tank for us to do some contract brewing. And
Yeah.
they've been like that as long as I've known them. Both Jude and Jeremiah.
he's actually pretty good responding.
And I will say also congratulations to Hot Butcher for winning our slice
Pizza
battle. They
battle.
are the
Slice,
champions.
yeah.
They are the champions.
I'm glad they took down those frauds, Half Acre, seeing as
Yeah.
we beat
Yeah.
them. And, well, you know what? Never mind.
Hey, I'm glad
Never
we
mind.
fell to the champion.
That's
Half
right.
Acre,
NDA,
Half Acre
NDA.
asked for leniency to reschedule. So technically,
You're right.
Well,
And then they still went down.
that could have been considered a forfeit. We don't.
sold as
really-
many pizzas as they did the first
I was gonna say, I was.
They should
well,
even made it into the playoffs.
That's an interesting vocal.
Yeah,
Just say it.
that's a new tone.
Gets a new tone.
I'm saying. I don't know.
So what I will say is, if this was all seeded, I don't think Hot Butcher would have been a 1 seed. So that's good. You got a bit of a Cinderella story. There.
okay.
That's good. That's good. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, to them, we're happy for them.
Yeah, I can tell.
No bitterness.
No bitterness from anyone
So
here.
I made a vegetarian pizza that so I made it more inclusive than everyone else making pizzas with all these meats on them.
You weren't even against Hot Butcher. What do you? They won. I'll tell Jude you don't like them. Anyway,
I'll tell him.
okay. Is there anything that anyone else would like to
What
say?
an unlikable guy.
Yeah. You? No.
No, Jude.
Well, maybe you are unlikable. Only to some people.
Sometimes.
No, nothing, Jacob.
No, it's
All
been
right.
a good show. This is
Yeah,
good.
just keep buying beer at the beer temple.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
if it's ours, we appreciate it. If it's other good beer,
as long
that's
as it's
good
a
too.
true Hellas,
Only by real Hellas.
Yes.
real Hellas,
yeah,
baby.
support local, not Costco.
All right. Well,
Support your local Costco.
I'll
Wait, no.
No.
What?
Wait, hold on.
Remember this is what we wanted. Remember this is what we said. To never be heard or seen from again, again,